jump right to it. I don't know. See how the audio works on these. I just had to get some thoughts out. It's weird. The old man was obsessed with angels and demons and God and the devil. So some of that existential longing for purpose and meaning, I guess, kind of stuck with me a bit. My point to this is I was at work. There's just like a bucket in the washroom. Um, it's like a mop bucket. It's not used, and there was some bugs inside of it that I guess it got trapped there, right? And it made me think because I didn't pay any attention to it the first day, right? There's just in there, whatever. By about the third day, it wore on me. I couldn't get out of my head that they were gonna die. You know, they're just bugs. Who cares? Who knows what the lifespan on them is anyway, right? Days, weeks. They were gonna die unless I did something. You know what I mean? So, so I just tipped it upside down. You know what I mean? And they're gone. It didn't matter, but it made me think about. Follow me, follow me. I know I'm getting a little too deep with it. I probably overthought this, but the the bug. We always draw a comparison to they're like ants or something is beneath you, or you'll watch fantasy or science fiction and they always make that comparison to people and ants and insects and just being below you. And it's so strange, like the bug has no ability to grasp or perceive its surroundings. It has no idea where it is. It's never been given the tool. Evolution never gave it the tools to be able to understand that type of environment. It's trapped. And it has no idea that it's trapped. It has no idea where it is. Again, it lacks the ability to understand the situation it's in. And it makes me think about people and maybe on a grander scale, the universe and the world and the way that we perceive it and the way that we're unable to perhaps perceive the danger we're in, or the things that are going to happen years later, right? And then sometimes something intervenes that is so far beyond your imagination, you literally lack the ability to understand what is happening around you, you know? And yeah, I mean, if we're going to get really deep with it, I guess it just makes me think about our own universe and our own limited understanding of it when you start talking about um, the multiverse and dimensions and time slowing down as you speed up, and gravity. And I just read something, I think it was like a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing. It was talking about, it was like a short on Instagram, and it popped up that if two people in the same area or something like that, they can both observe an event in space that, it's happened millions or billions of years ago, however long it took light to reach us. But because they're perceiving it several feet apart, even though they're observing it at the same time, weeks will have went by in their observable field. Like, you know what I mean? It's all over my head. I'm not smart enough to understand these things. And that's kind of my point, drawing the comparison to not even ants, just insects in general, right? Just we lack the ability to understand something like that. I mean, you can be the smartest person on the planet. I'm sorry. You start talking about black holes and extra dimensions and things like that. It's just, what does it even mean? That's my whole point to this, is that bug, however unrelated, had no idea where it was, how it got there, what it was doing. It lacked the ability to perceive its environment around it. It probably doesn't even know that it got saved. And I think that there's a lot of that with people, right? Some people call it God, some people call it the universe. There's a lot of different names for it. Some people can even call it coincidence, but it's essentially something that's beyond our understanding. It's unexplainable, but it happened for good or bad. I bring all this up because it always seemed like the old man's life was like that. I mean, a lot of his problems he brought onto himself, but he also had a lot of good luck. I do believe it was my uncle that always said he had a golden horseshoe up his ass because he had some strange luck. I spoke about it in a video before with money laundering. Right before the old man died, a couple years before the old man died, he got that random call. Dude out of nowhere said that he saw my dad on an episode of Vice, right? Which is, you can check that one out up on YouTube. He said that he saw him on Vice and he was interested because I guess in the Vice video, my dad spoke about essentially someone calling him with resources that would have the money and the energy to be able to fund him. Well, that happened. It's just like, who calls you out of the blue, right? It says, hey, Troy, I saw you on YouTube or I saw you on TV. I want to go into business with you. I've never met you before. I don't know you out of a hole in the ground, but here's a 10,000 US dollar check mailed to you. Yeah, okay. $10,000 check showed up. My broader point to all of this, I didn't even know I was going to do a video today. I just chucked this on. I don't know if the mic's going. I don't know if the camera's going, but I just had some things on my mind because I, too, have been contacted recently by many different companies. The old man, one thing that he said famously to me always before he died, I don't know if he just said it to make himself feel better, but he always said, you're gonna make millions when I die, son. Well, we're nowhere near making millions of dollars, but ever since I started this quest, the In Search of an Answer, it does seem like a few things are lining up and we are getting closer to our end goal. It was an idea at first, a concept my best friend and I came up with. And as the years move on, I am surprised every single day with the people that I speak with. Vinerwatt, if I'm saying that right, reached out to me again. I got to bring it up. Apparently, they watched the last video. I'm so skeptical. When you grow up like I did, everything, well, it's how the old man perceived it. Everything was bullshit. Everybody's a liar and a cheat. They're out to get you, and you can't trust anyone. And through no fault of his own at times, a lot of people that he dealt with were complete idiots or liars or cheats or a combination of all of it. Or what did he always say? Their money was bigger than their wallet, or their mouths were bigger than their wallets, or something to that effect. They would always promise him everything. Now, I haven't been promised anything at all, but apparently it's legit. So I got a couple. I have a conversation set up with them soon, and then another friend of mine as well reached out regarding another company that wants to speak with me, and not just about the old man as well. Apparently they want to speak with me. It's kind of cool. Again, never thought it would go here. Never thought that I would be the caretaker, the custodian, the holder of all of this. We're rambling now, guys. The train of thought is expanding. My whole point is, it just seems like there's things that are going on that you can't even perceive. You've got no idea what's going to happen, what's going to come your way. Not all of it's good, but in regards to the old man, it was just this strange magnetism that he had. He was always able to pull. I don't know if anyone's ever read. Remember The Secret, that book with the law of attraction? Remember that? You know what I mean? You put out the good thoughts. I don't know if that's true. It's probably better to put out good thoughts than it is negative thoughts. But I swear to God, or whatever's out there, man, he would put shit out there and it would come back to him. And I'm not saying he was using The Secret or he was manifesting something. And he did it dozens of times. It made no sense. Or maybe it did. Maybe that's what this is, because I really do feel like we're attracting some things to us. Maybe it goes somewhere, maybe it goes nowhere. But the fact that the conversations are even there, that there's these companies like Vinerwatt, and I spoke with Lightbox a while ago, Epic Magazine, Lightbox before, Lightbox twice, Epic Magazine, doing some stuff with movies. I've got Existeer that reached out. They're going to be running something on the Old Man soon. It's just there's so much going on, and the people that are reaching out, the people that I've been able to speak with, just never thought that it would go there. Just like this video, never thought that I'd make this. This is a rambler of a video. We really got to work on these. But I felt like I hopped in the truck today, and I'm like, I got some stuff to say. I got to air it. I'm gonna get home and realize the video wasn't even recording, so that's great. But yeah, man, it all started with a bug a couple days ago, and just that thought process. And then since then, and not just one or two, but like several different companies and people have all reached out within the last couple weeks. It's weird, unrelated to one another as well. All of these companies. Now, the correlation would be apparently the Old Man is an interesting figure, and it's coming back around. I just find that it's weird that it all happens at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, you think it would be like a company here, a company there. This person's interested. You know, I've done an interview or two over the years regarding my dad, but nothing big. Whereas right now, I really do feel like we're, I don't want to say on the verge of greatness or something like that. I don't want to be dramatic with it, even though I feel like these videos do get a little dramatic at times. But I don't even know anymore. It's like these meetings and these conversations that I have had and am going to have really feels like, I said this a while ago, that it feels like the Old Man left something behind, and not all of it was good, and it wasn't even necessarily something that he passed on. But it's like I've taken hold of something that I don't even think he ever intended to leave behind, and I'm running with it now. We'll see where it leads.